The Institute for Supply Management says 10 of the 18 manufacturing industries it surveyed reported growth in July. Norbert Ore is the chairman of ISM's Manufacturing Business Survey Committee, which released the report. He joins us now from Atlanta with more. Norbert, welcome back to Bloomberg News. Always good to have you on.
Thank you.
Norbert, the median forecast of economists surveyed by Bloomberg News put the manufacturing number last month at 54.5. You know that number was off just a bit. What happened?
Well, it was up from that to 55.5, and I think expectations with some of the data that's coming out and so on, people have been a little conservative in some of their estimates. You know, the manufacturing sector has grown now for 12 consecutive months, and during that period of time, we've seen some very strong numbers in terms of manufacturing growth, and it's obviously leading the rest of the economy.
Norbert, which of the 18 manufacturing industries reported growth?
You know, the industries that are really growing right now, computers and electronics are leading that. Some other industries are plastics and resins, electrical. The laggers are right now the primary metals are not growing as fast as some other industries. So again, we're down from 17 of 18 only 3 months ago that were growing. So it is slowing somewhat.
Norbert, as you did mention that this is 12 consecutive months, but are manufacturers telling you now that they'd be willing to hire?
They are, and our index for employment came in at 58.6 this month, which is a very strong reading. It's a little misleading from the standpoint that we're not creating a huge number of jobs in manufacturing, but as the opportunity presents itself, manufacturers are willing to hire. The sentiment is very strong that they will replace jobs, they will add shifts as long as the demand justifies it.
As you mentioned, you did see a rise in the employment index. Is that going to bode well for Friday's jobs number?
I think it should. There's a high correlation between our data and the jobs data. So whether it's this time around or the week after, or whatever, it'll eventually show up because of that high correlation.
Our economic senator Michael McKee mentioned that today in Charleston, South Carolina, Federal Reserve Board Chairman Ben Bernanke was speaking. He said rising demand from households and businesses should help sustain growth, and consumer spending, in his words, seems likely to pick up in the coming quarters from its recent modest pace. Do you think today's ISM numbers bear that out?
Well, I think it's. I'm glad to hear the chairman's speaking in that direction, because I think it's what's important to the manufacturing sector for the second half of the year. We've had 12 good months, and now we need something that provides a driver for the balance of the year, and it really needs to come from consumer spending and from business investment. And if those pick up, manufacturing will be in good shape for the second half.
Norbert, as you know, we are a long way from that 28-year low in December of 2008, where the number was 32.4. Considering where we are now and where we were then, are you optimistic for sustained and continued growth?
Well, I think we've gone through a typical business cycle recovery where inventories are pared, employment is reduced, investment is reduced, and so on. And so manufacturing has prepared itself for a strong run. Typically, we see long-term growth following this type of a cleansing within the economy. So, yeah, I'm optimistic going forward.
All right, Norbert Ore, the Institute for Supply Management, joining us this afternoon. Norbert, thank you so much. We appreciate it.